Can you imagine, in your wildest dreams, that the top boss of the Chicago Transit Authority would publicly criticize one of his own subordinates? That's right. Mayor Brandon Johnson publicly criticizes acting president of the CTA, Nora Leerhsen, regarding the working conditions. Now, let's see what was said. All right. This is the interviewer. There's a little bit of a trickier question. Acting CTA President Nora Leerhsen also seemed to do a pretty good job of advocating for this. And generally, she's very popular with the transit advocates. They just feel like she's done a good job of being hands-on about improving the CTA with things like more frequent bus service. She seems to be a fairly regular user, which we appreciate. I have seen some mixed stuff from transit workers who aren't completely happy with her. Not that it appears that acting President Leerhsen has done anything wrong with labor policy. It's just that some of the employees want better working conditions. And the buck stops with her. Mayor Brandon Johnson. Absolutely. What does that mean? Absolutely. I could say absolutely. Absolutely, man. Is that just like, yo, yeah, uh-huh? Is that a uh-huh? Or is that, I agree with you 100%? Let's look it up. I have a little dictionary page up here for you. So absolutely is an adverb, by the way. It comes from an adjective. You could say a noun also, but in this context, it's an adjective. Not qualified or diminished in any way. Total. Used for general emphasis when expressing an opinion. Not subject to limitation. Final. Absolutely. It's just that some of the employees want better working conditions, and the buck stops with her. Absolutely. That is Mayor Brandon Johnson, the top boss of the CTA. Let's keep going. John Greenfield asked, but she's going to have a lot more ability to improve the CTA now that there's more funding. So here's the question I have for you, and if you need to bunt on this, no problem. See, he's giving him a chance to weasel out. But are you going to make her a permanent CTA president? Mayor Brandon Johnson. That's the boss of acting president Nora Leerhsen. I believe that as an interim president at this moment, Leerhsen has demonstrated a strong response and recognition around how we provide a safer and better experience for the workers as well as the riders. I have not made a determination just yet where I will land in choosing and determining who will ultimately lead our transit system. But I can tell you that we've been incredibly laser focused on improving conditions. Now, I hope when he says that he means working conditions. He's not like conditions, I don't know, for the management to have a new carpet. I don't know if, I'm pretty sure he's talking about working conditions that he absolutely agrees need to be taken care of. So, acting president Nora Leerhsen. My question for you. I see you've now embroidered the word acting president on your jacket. Do you have an intention on winning an Oscar or something? Is this a movie? I don't think so. I don't think you're taking this as some kind of movie production, right? So no more acting. Your boss has just told you what you need to do to get the job. You need to give us our paid sick leave. 2-person crews on these trains. Brick and mortar bathrooms. All stations, all bus turnarounds, all terminals, wherever CTA workers work. We need a freaking toilet and a place with hot water to wash our hands. We need soap in the shops so we can wash our hands. We don't need more cameras, okay? Could you cool out with the cameras? Do you think the cameras are making the working conditions any better for us? You got cameras in the station, cameras in the kiosk. You got cameras right above us in the kiosk in the stations. You got cameras in the shops. You got 4 freaking cameras on me and one of the other stewards at 98 shop. Nowhere else is there cameras except where we sit. We need better working conditions. President Nora Leerhsen. You know what? I want you to be our president. I think you got the charisma and the intelligence that the CTA needs to connect with the public and make it a world-class public transportation system. But you're missing a critical ingredient, and I cannot emphasize enough of what your boss said. He is affirming journalist John Greenfield saying, it's just that some of the employees want better working conditions, and the buck stops with her. Absolutely. Okay. So it's time to stop acting. The curtain will be closing. You're going to get your Oscar. I tell you, the people love you. My coworkers love you. They're enamored with you. All the photos, they're smiling and beaming like you're someone who seems like she really cares about us. Now is your chance to change things from this way to this way at the CTA. You got the funding thanks to us. You got the funding thanks to the writers. Acting President Nora Leerhsen. No, I'm going to call you President Nora Leerhsen. Because like I said, I want you to be president. Give us our paid sick leave. I want you to call those so-called union presidents and tell them, come to CTA headquarters. I need to bargain for, no, I need to give you. You're not going to bargain. We got nothing left to give you, okay? I'm sorry, we just got nothing. Your predecessors have stripped us of everything we have, and they keep taking, and they keep making us more and more miserable with their cameras and their safety violations and their gross misconduct and their accelerated discipline and their second chance bullcrap. We need you to give us our paid sick leave. It is the law as per Municipal Code 6-130. It is the law in Cook County. It is the law in state of Illinois. And according to Administrative Procedure 1009, you and the other managers have paid sick leave and short-term disability. And according to Administrative Procedure 1010, we only have short-term disability. Now, there is another union that you have bargained with called the Teamsters. And they have some bargaining unit members who you have bargained with for them to have the same paid sick leave that you and your managers have. I'm not bargaining with you. I'm not in the position to do that. But I am a faithful warner, and I'm a truth teller, and I'm telling you what the union presidents refuse to tell you. If you could give that to them, you could give that to us. Do you know most of the write-ups that I deal with as a union representative for Local 308 and the Amalgamated Transit Union have to do with sickness? Yes, you are firing hard-working people, writing up hard-working people for doing nothing wrong but getting sick. I look at their records. There's nothing for procedural violations, nothing for safety violations, nothing for behavioral violations. But I see all kinds of sickness violations. What is that? What is that? If you're ever sick, President Leerhsen, and you're sick with a fever, upset stomach, sore throat, whatever it is, do you go to work? Really? What does your doctor tell you? Yeah, just tough it out, lady. No, they said stay home and rest. What did y'all do when we were getting COVID-19? What'd you say? Yeah, stay home. You don't want to spread it around. What? Do you think norovirus is any different? Do you think strep throat is any different? Do you think influenza is any different? You're letting it spread around and we're all making each other sick. Your boss has told you. Right here. It's just that some of the employees want better working conditions and the buck stops with her. And your boss says absolutely. He's telling you what you got to do to become president. This is beautiful. You got an annoying union rep like me that every manager hates. And a lot of union officials hate too. All the presidents hate me. They're like, this guy is nuts. We don't like his approach. He's scary. He's rude. Look, I'm just telling you the truth. If you want to be the president of the CTA, your boss just told you how to do it. He wants a safer and better experience for workers as well as riders. You know, safety is not just the police force, okay? It's not just about cracking heads, writing tickets, dragging people off of trains and buses. It's called sick leave. Because if I have to go to work sick, do you think that's safe? Do you think that's safe? For me, President Leerhsen, if I got 101-degree fever and I'm operating a train or a bus, or I'm cleaning a train or a bus, or a rail station, or I'm replacing a wheel assembly in a motor, an inverter, changing brake pads, climbing in between the car body of the rail car and the trucks of the rail car to swap out a hose for a caliper. Do you really want me to be 101-degree fever, sweating and delirious? You don't want that. Because I'll forget to depressurize the train and it'll smash me. It will smash me because I'm so sick from whatever I've got. And I know you're saying, you are sick. You know, Keith Hill says you're mental illness. You're mentally ill. That's another thing. We got CTA workers just snapping like that. And I'm telling you, they've had it. You remember that customer assistant shot a rider who was harassing him? You remember a customer assistant charged with murder of another rider? You've seen bus operators body slam, people bullying them. Case after case after case. We can't even take a day off for our mental health. To help our mental health, we have to do an EAP program, which is limited. And I think you guys spy on that anyways, but that's another story. You know, I believe that interim president in this moment, Leerhsen, has demonstrated a strong response and recognition how we provide a safer and better experience for workers as well as riders. I have not made a determination just yet, and I will land in choosing and determining who will ultimately lead our transit system. Okay? Employees want better working conditions, and the buck stops with her. Absolutely. You know, if I make president of Local 308 next year, I'm going to be the best president you could ever work with. You know why? Because I ain't going to kiss your butt. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. And as an elected union representative for the people who repair and clean the CTA trains, they're pissed. You can't wipe it away with smiles and hugs and candy and trinkets and lapel pins. You can't. You can't. We need our paid sick leave. We need 2-person crews. We need proper tools and equipment. We need brick and mortar bathrooms. And we need full-time jobs for all. These part-time jobs, full-time temporary, part-time temporary, second chance, all this crap, it's keeping us in poverty. Do you know, because of this new big beautiful bill, do you know that our second chancers and CSAs now are being dropped from Medicaid? And they have to get on the CTA insurance, which they can't afford. So they can't live on the CTA pay they're already getting. Now they have to pay out more to get the CTA health insurance because they can't get Medicaid. Do you really want a workforce like this? Wouldn't you like to make a press release and do videos, hook up with Chance the Rapper and other people you could hook up with anybody, Beyonce, even Kid Rock, and all these people, man. And you know, President Leerhsen, you could hook up with these people and say, hey man, I got paid sick leave for these poor people. I got full-time jobs for these poor people. I got brick and mortar bathrooms so the female bus operators don't have to worry if they're gonna get assaulted using a porta potty at the bus turnaround at the end of the line. I mean, you know, wow, you know, the shop people, they don't have to worry about a lift falling on them while they're replacing parts on the bus or a train. You know, you could really, and you know, you could tell Mayor Johnson, you could tell Mayor Johnson, hey, look, Mayor, look, you said, the interviewer said, it's just the employees want better working conditions, and the buck stops with her. And look what I did. You said absolutely. And you know what, Mayor Johnson, I heard you. And I appreciate you telling the truth. And now I'm going to fix the CTA. And you know what, President Leerhsen? You can do these things. You can push this through. And you don't have to mention me at all. Because I won't have nothing more to say. I may not even win president when I run, so you won't even have to deal with me. Because you know who's going to get the credit? If you do these things in our union, it's going to be Penny McCoach and Keith Hill. And they're going to say, woohoo, thank you, Eric Basir, Boogeyman. And I'll tell them you're welcome. Because I ain't in this for me. I'm in this for us. And President Leerhsen, I want to see a world-class public transportation system. Ooh, you don't know how much pride I take in the job I do. When I was a customer assistant, got almost 20 commendations of public and customer service, plus the presidential commendation. Now I was a flagman, and the instructor said, hey man, I want to send the students with you, brother Eric. Because you out there, I be at that 6 with the portable track trip. Some operators hated me. But some appreciated me. I'm in the shops repairing trains. They say, manager said, I hate that guy. He's so, but you know what? He does his job. That's what they'll say. Go call 98 shop and ask my senior manager who I've taken to court and filed unfair labor practice charges on. Ask him. Who's this Eric Basir? What's his work ethic like? And he'll tell you. Oh, well, he doesn't complain. I mean, he wants to be safe, and he doesn't rush, but he's very thorough. It's like he takes pride in his job. So President Leerhsen, I'm making a beautiful, beautiful package for you. I told you, your boss said you need to take responsibility for these terrible working conditions. I told you what you can do because I got the pulse of these people. You don't understand. I got bus and rail people calling me every week. Bus and rail. All departments. That's why I'm a little crazy, because I get all these calls from everybody, but I can handle it. But because I love this. This is the Lord's work for me. This is revolutionary work. This is the kind of stuff you want to... This is the kind of stuff that saves your soul, redeems you of all past sins. So I don't mind helping the people. I like it. But I don't like dealing with your managers, your mismanagers. I don't like dealing with them union presidents that you hugging all the time. Because they won't tell you the truth. All they want to do is get favors from you. And I'm telling you, it's going to cost some money. But the cost in the short term will pay off exponentially in the long term. You're not going to have to hire so many people. You're going to make the Orange Line 24 hours now. Good. But you got to staff it. And you can't keep staffing it the way you've been staffing it. This one-person train operation doesn't work. It's a failure. Now you're going to make these... You're going to put a towerman out there at the terminal? You're going to put a towerman there 24 hours too? Or are you going to make them have to select out and do the job of a towerman? 8 cars? Operate the doors. And they got to go from motor cab side to opposite motor cab side for the island platforms. Every station. That's a delay. That's a delay. And then somebody pulls the door, then they got to walk all the way back. You realize how much time you're wasting of the riders with one-person train operation? Give us the proper tools. Why in the world do we only have like 2 laptops in a shop? And our trains are powered with microprocessors, silicon chips, relays powered by more silicon chips and logic circuits. We need computers for each one of us. It's a tool. I don't need to be sharing laptops with people. Hope this one works. Hope this one works. Hope this one works. We walk around the shops with a stack of 3 laptops because only one of them works. And then for that day, and the next day it'll be a different one. What kind of crap is that? Well, do you know we could troubleshoot a train in 10 minutes, but instead it takes an hour. And you want to cut our jobs? You keep cutting our jobs. Got all these servicers here doing the job of 4 servicers. Look at the bulletin. Just for cleaning the rail cars at the station. Just look at that bulletin. I forgot the number of it. Just look at it. And then go on the platform, because I know you visit us all the time, and that's a good thing. Good job. But go on the platform with the bulletin. Put your safety glasses on. Put on some gloves. And a respirator. And I want you to go clean that rail car by the bulletin. Rush hour. Tell me how many rail cars you can clean by the bulletin at rush hour. You can't even get one. Not by the bulletin. But then your managers will go right up the servicers and say, oh, we found a chicken bone there. Poor work performance. That's a 1-year procedural violation. Blah, 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 blah. You see? And then what happens is that person starts feeling rushed. They get stressed out. What happens? Their immune system crashes. What happens? They get sick. What happens? They call off. What happens? They get written up. They get stressed out some more. They get sick again. Get written up. Get sick again from the stress. Now they're doing a grievance. Grievance isn't going through. They're stressed out. They get sick again. fired. It doesn't work. President Leerhsen. Right here. Are you going to make her the permanent CTA president? All right? He hasn't decided. How many years has he been the mayor now? He's coming up to year 3. He's got to have to run for election now. So he's going to get to the point where he's not going to have any time to deal with appointing a new president, okay? And you're going to be an acting president again. So I hope you get your Oscar. But if you change your approach, I know you say I don't have a good approach. I know. Don't worry about me. I'm crazy. But you are the CTA president. I'll give you a little tip. I have a laptop that I use for all my union business. It's my laptop. The login screen, it says President Eric Basir. I am not the president of Local 308, but I'm running for that. And I am thinking like a president. So if you find me annoying now, imagine the headache I will be if I'm president. If you do these things, if you give us our paid sick leave, 2-person crews, brick and mortar bathrooms, full-time jobs for all, you will have 4 points of a foundation. 4. And like, you know, we do a lot of building at the CTA, right? Every building has to have a foundation. And every building has a foundation. East, west, north, and south. I've given you 4 things that all CTA workers want. Every single one of them wants it. And those that don't, well, they're just afraid if they admit it, they're going to upset you. And they won't get a handshake and a smile and a photo op or something. But if you do these things, not only will Brandon Johnson have to make you president, but Penny McCoach and Keith Hill will remain the president because they will take credit for it, because they will sign the agreements, the memoranda of understanding for paid sick leave. No punishment, by the way. Paid sick leave, Municipal Code 6-130, no punishment. 2-person crews, brick and mortar bathrooms, full-time jobs for all. They will have their names on these things. Not me. So you will have them. These people that get along with you so well, who you like. It's obvious you like them and they like you. I see the pictures. So I love when people are in love. Okay? I love when people can get along with people. Okay? You will have them as your presidents. Because if I'm president, I ain't going to be your president. So you could do these things, right? President Nora Leerhsen. Not acting. No more acting now. Here's your Oscar. I have a little bust here of Carter G. Woodson. We can pretend that's your Oscar. So here you go. Good job. The movie's over. You got your award. Now it's time to be a president. And you got the goods. You got it all. You got the brains. You got the charisma. You got the marketing. Don't worry, we won't talk about that. But you know what I know. So you are the right person for the job. But you ain't gonna cut it if you don't do what your boss said. Fix those working conditions. Fix them. You can do it. I believe in you. Peace.